Hey, what's going on? It's time for an Uncharted tier list. Let's do it. First off, we got Asav, the bad guy from The Lost Legacy. I think Asav is a very kind of mediocre villain, in my opinion. He's not like top tier villain in this franchise. Let's give him like a D. Then we got Chloe. I really like Chloe. You know, I think she's a little better than Cutter, in my opinion, because Chloe, she's in more games. She has more personality. She has her own game. We got to give her credit for that. We'll give her a B. Then we got Cutter. Like I said, not quite as good as Chloe, so we'll put him in C. Then we got Eddie Raja. You know, I like Eddie Raja because he has a lot of personality for a villain, but he's not really in the game that much, and he doesn't really, like, he's the third villain in that game, so I'll give him a D. Then we got Elena. Elena, classic character, one of the best. I don't even need to talk about her. Put her in A. Then we got Evelyn, you know, the old lady from Uncharted 4. Yeah, whatever. Put her in D. Then we got Harry Flynn. Again, another villain with a lot of charisma. He's like dark timeline Nathan Drake, and I really like that. We'll put him in C. Then we got Hector Alcazar. Crazy guy. So, Samuel, are you ready to find your fortune? You know that guy? Yeah, fake news. He doesn't even exist. We'll put him in D. Then we got Jameson, another guy who's just like, Nathan, go get some copper. Yeah, guy Nathan works for in Uncharted 4. Give him a D. Then we got Jeff, the cameraman. This freaking dude, I absolutely hate him. Jeff, you're the worst. Jeff, if you can hear me, Jeff, if you're watching, you suck. You're an F. Then we got Lazarevich, Dark Timeline Cutter. Shout out to Villain Review. Go watch that if you haven't seen that. I'll give him a C. Then we got Marlo from Uncharted 3. Very, again, mediocre villain. Nothing really exciting about her. Put her in D. Then we got Nadine, a character who's now in 2 games because of Lost Legacy, and I actually like Nadine. You know, she has a lot of personality. She's her own person. She's not just some lackey of Rafe, and I really like that. I like her. I like all the stuff we get from her in Lost Legacy. Also, put her in B. Then we got Navarro, the guy from Uncharted 1, the real villain, can we call him that, in Uncharted 1? Regardless, kind of put him in D. Then we got Rafe, my personal favorite Uncharted villain, because he has a lot of backstory. He has more reason to, like, method to his madness, and I'm going to give Rafe a B. Then we got Ramses. No, not that Ramses, although you should watch that video too. This Ramses is the pirate guy from Uncharted 3. He's got some personality. I'll give him that. But he's not really in the game that much. Doesn't really matter. Put him in D. Then we got Roman, the fake villain from Uncharted 1. And this guy sucks. This guy is so boring. He's just this old guy, and he's so mediocre. So whatever. Put him in F. Then we got Salim. Cool. Doesn't really matter that much. Put him in D. Then we got Samuel Drake. I love Samuel Drake. One of my favorite characters in the whole entire franchise. I give him so much credit because he's only really in 1 game, but he just jumps as like the likability. He just jumps past all these other people. I love Sam. Put him in A. Then we got Schaefer, guy that dies in Uncharted 2. Crazy Nazi guy. He's fine, I guess. I mean, there's worse characters, but there's also better ones. Put him in C. Then we got Sully Victor, goddamn Sullivan. How can you not like this guy? Another classic video game character. Put him in A. Then we got Talbot. That's pretty much it. Put him in D. Then we got Tenzin. Listen, if you don't like Tenzin, I got problems with you. Step up, right? Fight me, dude, because Tenzin's awesome. We don't even know what he's saying, and he's awesome. That's why I love Tenzin. He has so much character and just his movement and in his vocal expressions. I really like Tenzin. Put him in B. Then we got Vargas. You know, the guy from Uncharted 4 who's just like, oh, I'm getting swindled, dude. No. Yeah, put him in D. And then lastly, we have Nathan Drake. And is there any question about it? He is one of, if not the most iconic video game characters of all time. I would argue he's probably the most iconic PlayStation character outside of maybe like Kratos and Sackboy. That's only because Kratos has like that big scar or something like that. Nathan Drake is, of course, an S, a legendary character for a legendary game series. Thank you so much for watching, and comment below what tier list I should do next for literally anything you want in life, man. Like, if you want me to do tier list for, I don't know, like cardboard box types, then I guess I'll do that. Cool. Subscribe, and I'll see you later.